Hey folks, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And today from the Gateway Pundit, this is an interesting story talking about RFK Jr. He's really been pulling a lot of numbers his way since he's come out for his race for the presidency. And hey, I have to agree with a lot of things he's saying. I'm not even a Democrat, but I will at least give this man his due credit. He's been calling out the intelligence community, the COVID response, everything that every ordinary citizen has questions about, every basic thing. He's been saying a lot of the same stuff, calling out all the basic things that everybody sees, but nobody in the mainstream liberal media wants to say anything about. And he's doing it even in spite of the obvious history with his family lineage. And I definitely don't think he's part of the quote unquote club in DC. So he's doing this all on his own, and he's been on the Joe Rogan podcast. He's admitted that, yay, something could happen to me. And he's even called out the CIA directly, saying like, yeah, you guys killed my brother. Or, well, the other Kennedy. I can't remember if that's his brother or his relation. I don't really know the Kennedy structure very well. And look, I don't even know much else about the man besides for, hey, he's doing all of the commonsensical things that people are doing and asking basic questions. So Biden in danger of losing New Hampshire. Hundreds line up to watch RFK Jr. speak in Lancaster, New Hampshire. And look, that's the thing is like, they've had no one else on the Democrat side to even suggest for 2024. And this guy, RFK, saying a lot of good things. And look, when your only argument to not vote for the other guy is he's so terrible, and that's how they got people to vote for Biden. If anybody else comes out that's not him, but is also not Biden, I mean, he's going to pull a huge swing. It's like, hold on a second, this guy can remember what day it is? Holy cow. This guy can sit in the chair at the presidency. As long as he can do that. Biden has set the new standard so low, anybody with any common sense, that's so long as it's not Trump to them is okay. So Robert F. Kennedy Jr. recently drew a big crowd as he spoke at the Porcupine Freedom Festival in Lancaster, New Hampshire. The Porcupine Freedom Festival is an annual libertarian festival hosted by the Free State Project. RFK Jr. was one of the most anticipated speakers at the event, which resulted in hundreds waiting in line to watch the Democratic presidential candidate speak. Now, I mean, if you can remember from 2020, Biden drew absolutely no crowds. I mean, he was locked up in the basement the whole time. So,
all right, so we're here at
let's check
the
this
RFK
out.
line, and
That's kind of
loud.
loud.
Pretty well attended.
But I mean, this is a libertarian event.
So, got the people queuing up to pack the pavilion. I think there's a lot of people in there.
Look, he's not Trump. He's definitely not Biden. And you got a long.
Okay, there's no way.
You got long lines of people waiting to get in to hear this guy speak. You just keep on walking. I mean, when you give people another option that, yeah, he's not, not the bad guy, but he certainly doesn't misspeak like every 5 seconds and put his foot in his mouth. He doesn't fall down randomly, and he also doesn't try to shake hands with seemingly nobody standing in front of him. The line was so big, many people were unable to attend Kennedy's speech due to the venue reaching full capacity, which resulted in some people listening to Kennedy's speech through the radio. This from Mark Vandermaal. Lining up, they cut the line off a couple people ahead of us, so we had to listen to his remarks over someone's walkie-talkie. So people who couldn't even make it, hey, they're still hanging out. In his speech, Kennedy shared his concern with the intelligence community's influence in D.C. and told the crowd of libertarians the NSA was the lead agency in charge of the United States COVID-19 response. And I've seen the liberal media, they were coming out after him now saying, oh, he's a conspiracy theorist. That's always their defense. He's a conspiracy theorist. Well, guess what? Everything that everyone thought was a conspiracy about the jab, guess what? Turned out to be basically true. So, yeah, not really much of a conspiracy, and theory turned out to be right. So, yeah, you guys are the one testing the theory waters. We're trying to live in reality over here. So I'm going to play this.
Why is the intelligence agency playing this role? Why is it that in the organizational charts that were classified before they were declassified and handed over to VRBAC, which is the FDA committee that ran Operation Warp Speed, and they declassified it in order to show it to that committee. So we now have it. Why is it that the lead agency in COVID planning was the National Security Council? Why is it that the lead agency for operations was the Pentagon? Why shouldn't they be FDA and CDC and NIH?
Simple questions, but you know what? I didn't even know about that, but that's pretty remarkable. And he's calling this stuff out. I will admit, from what I have heard of him, look, I do like, but it's hard for me to listen to him because of his voice, the way he talks. Like, I like what he says, but sometimes it's just kind of hard to keep with it, unfortunately. This isn't the first large crowd Kennedy has received in New Hampshire in the last week. On Tuesday night, Kennedy spoke at St. Anselm College in Manchester, New Hampshire, where he delivered a speech on peace and diplomacy. They got that there on the Gateway Pundit. But hey, I mean, people are excited about him. He's seemingly coherent. He can speak about things even though he's not allowed to. Like I said, he doesn't try to shake hands with ghosts. So far, he's looking really good. He's looking like he could lead the most powerful country in the world if he can manage that, because the current guy in office can't even do that. So, like I said, folks, it'll be interesting to see what happens in 2024, because obviously they're doing everything they can to stop Trump. Biden is just a burning, corrupted, illegitimate trash heap. And you got this guy who's saying a lot of good things, but obviously he's not part of the club. So they, I'm sure, don't want him. But clearly, a lot of the people are interested in what he has to say. And, I hope the guy does well. He seems like a more coherent guy. And look, if this guy is someone who's obviously got real beef with the government, then you know what? I liken him more akin to the everyday person rather than the elites in DC. So it'll be very, very interesting to see. So folks, I'm going to wish you well on that one. Take care of your friends. Take care of your families. I'll try to bring you some interesting news as soon as I can. And folks, if you enjoy my content, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate the help. Everything that you can give me, I really do. So thanks, folks, for that. And with that said, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.